Okay, this is my second Misc topic of the night. This is about my former neighbor's UFO sightings. He had 2 sightings in Maine a few years back. The first sighting, he and a bunch of friends are driving up near the Canadian border in a little town called Caribou at night along some old logging trails, something like that. And all of a sudden, the whole place gets lit up like daytime by a light source they can't pin. Okay? They don't know what the hell this is. It freaked them out, and they just start driving away, all of a sudden it shuts off. That's his first UFO sighting. That one's interesting, I'll get into that a little bit. Second UFO sighting, I don't know where they were, but they were somewhere in Maine, and he's on the porch drinking a little bit, but he wasn't drunk, keep that in mind. And he saw a blue thing fly by really quickly. Doesn't know what it was. Has to be a UFO to me, it's flying so fast it can't be anything else. So yeah, those are his 2 UFO sightings. The second one is a little bit less interesting as the first one because it could be anything. But the first one has to be a UFO. I don't know what else it could be. And he was up there in the middle of nowhere. Caribou, Maine is very remote, people. It's extremely remote. This is not like Portland, Maine and all that in the southern half. This is not like the built-up section of Maine. This is like the very remote, forested section of Maine. So people just don't live there at all. So yeah, he's driving on a bunch of logging trails and he runs into this UFO. I don't know what the hell it could be, people. I really don't know what the hell this first UFO could be. It's clearly a UFO. But he doesn't know what it was. I don't know what it was. It's a really, really strange tale. Second UFO could be anything. It could be a meteor. It could be a plane. I don't know what it is either, but it's not necessarily a UFO. So, yeah, those are his 2 UFO sightings in Maine. He has a third UFO sighting, though, which is around here. And this one's a little bit interesting because I'm not sure he actually saw this thing. I'm not sure he wasn't fibbing me in this one. One day he comes over and says, I was walking my dog late last night. I saw a weird red and green flickering light in the sky that disappeared once I looked at it for a little while. Wasn't a star. Now, I would believe him if there wasn't something that would contradict this, but there's something that does contradict this. He said there were stars out that night. He said it was a certain day. I checked the weather for that day. It was overcast. No way in hell were there stars out that night. I think he didn't know it was overcast and didn't think I would check something like that. That one, I'm not so sure he's telling the truth on. But if he is, it's a really weird UFO to see on Saturday. I didn't film that night, so I didn't see it. This was back when I had a really bad camera, so I wouldn't have seen it anyway, but this was back in 2013. He saw these 3 UFOs. Really, really, really interesting UFO sightings. Definitely the third one, if it's real, is the most interesting. Second and first one are also interesting as well. So yeah, those are my former neighbor's UFO sightings. He's no longer my neighbor anymore, so that's why I'm saying former neighbor.